Well, this is about to be the first time I've probably spoken to this fan base, the Kentucky Wildcat fan base, and here on Athletes Fun Podcast. Once again, I'm your host, Jamal Clay. Thank you all for tuning in. Per usual, subscribe. More importantly, drop a comment. You guys know how we do it. We'd like to talk it out in the comment section below. There's been some news. There's been some news in good old Lexington, Kentucky, as they just hired their new coach, right, to lead the Wildcats in regards to what the future looks like, right? Now, this guest I'm about to bring on, I don't usually bring a lot of my friends on, all right? I don't usually bring a lot of the fans of the opposing team on, right? But, again, because this is the first time talking to the Wildcat fan base, I had to bring on the knowledgeable cat. So, welcome to the podcast, my friend, Mr. Rex Farmer. What's going on, man? How you doing, brother?
Doing great, Jamal. Thanks for having me. Appreciate you. Go Cats.
Go Cats, right? Listen, you won't hear me saying that often, but because this is your first time on the podcast, I'll go ahead. I'll throw it in the mix for you.
Yeah, and got to do it for that 38-7 loss to the Gators as well.
You see now you're getting personal. Now you're getting personal. I could as easy as I brought you on, I could easily get you kicked off. Right? Just know that. Just know that.
Fair enough. We'll talk about the Cats.
Hey, man, listen. The Cats made some noise. Well, first of all, let me say this. There's been a lot of noise, a lot of changes, a lot of movements in the SEC, especially this past weekend. It was almost like National Signing Day in the coaching realm, right? And now, just a couple days ago, maybe a day ago, Kentucky let go of Mark Stoops, right? After he just said there's no way he's stepping down, right? So they fired him, and now there's a new guy in place. There's a new guy leading the charge, right, for the big Kentucky Wildcat fan base, and that is Will Stein. So, my first question in regards to Kentucky making a major move like this, a major hire like this, which these guys usually don't come available on the market, right? So my first question for you is, as a Kentucky fan, what was your initial reaction when they announced Will Stein was going to be the guy leading the charge?
Well, just ecstatic. I mean, you can tell the entire Big Blue Nation is really, really happy about this. This is the spark that we needed. I mean, I think that all parties involved, whether it be Stoops or Mitch Barnhart, our athletic director, or the athletic department, we all knew it was time for Stoops to pack his bags. He made a great run here, but we needed a fresh face, a young face like Will Stein in here. And let me tell you why I like Will Stein. Not only is he born and raised a Kentucky boy, but he is an offensive threat. That's what we need. Gunslinging, high, fast-paced, lots of points, football. So, like you said, I mean, we're in the Southeastern Conference. We had to make a move, whether it be financially, coaches, players. With the NIL era, I mean, these times are changing. So this is exactly what we needed.
Yeah, man. Listen, first of all, it wasn't really a huge coaching market, right? We saw obviously the big names. There was really two big names, Franklin and Kiffin. But outside of that, you look at all the coaches that just came to the SEC, all from outside the Power Five, right? You think about Silverfield at Arkansas. You think about Summerall at Florida. You think about Golish at Arkansas. Will Stein coming from Oregon, but this is really his first big first really head coaching opportunity. SEC's going to look a lot different, especially with all these offensive-minded coaches coming into play. It's definitely going to look a lot different. Now, you're the captain, you're the president of Big Blue Nation. So let me ask you this: what was the general vibe that you at least saw from the fan base in regards to when you were looking into Will Stein and him being hired on as your new coach?
Are you saying their vibe, when during the coaching search or after the Stein hire?
Once he was announced, was he on the radar? Did you guys hear rumblings that was going to happen?
Yes.
Was this a surprise? What was the overall reaction from the fan base?
So I'll start it off by saying on Kentucky Sports Radio, I'd say a few weeks ago, 4 or 5 weeks ago, after a football game, they all gave their 2 picks on who they think would be head coach for next season. All of them said Mark Stoops and Will Stein. honorable mention John Sumrall. We all know where he went.
Yeah.
Also a Kentucky boy, Sumrall is, but everyone is ecstatic. I mean, this is this isn't this is somebody who's starting his career. Like I said, he's 33 years old, and he's the youngest coach in the SEC, and I believe he's 5 years younger than any other coach. So with that said, we want this fresh face in there. We want a new identity. And considering who he's coached, Bo Nix, Oregon QBs, I mean,
Dante Moore, Dylan Gabriel, yep.
It was the coach.
Yeah, and let me ask you this. Obviously we're bringing in a coach like this hire, it wasn't really just about winning games, right? This was kind of like about an identity. This was about energy and really elevating the Kentucky program, right? What do you feel Will Stein brings to Kentucky that they've been missing?
Well, I mean, first I'd just say, like you just said, a brand new identity. This was such a crucial hire for UK athletics, considering the NIL era, how the SEC's the trajectory of SEC ball. I mean, we needed somebody like Stein. Why do I say that, or why does Kentucky need him? If you, Jamal, I don't know if you've watched a lot of Kentucky football games besides when they play Florida for the past few years.
Really just the 5 games, and we've lost 4 of them. So that's about as much as my Kentucky history goes.
Sure. I mean, give credit to Stoops. He broke the streak. We put us in good fights against you all. But Kentucky football has always been lacking something. And I can't exactly tell you what it is, but any other Kentucky diehard fan would tell you that. They don't lack, whether it be the play calling, which has been a huge issue in many years. I mean, special teams mistakes, whatever it may be, we can't cross that next line to SEC, championship potential. That's what we need with Stein is to cross that line.
Now it's going to be interesting because he's still coaching at Oregon, obviously, through the next playoff run and what he's doing. National Signing Day, by the time this comes out, would have passed by now. And obviously he'll probably rely a little bit more on the portal, which most coaches do. But do you see his coaching style really fitting what Kentucky has in terms of roster and culture? Obviously he's from Kentucky, but do you see his coaching style kind of fitting what is already there? Or do you feel like he has to kind of rebuild that culture, bring in his guys, right, and really harp on his message and what that message is going to be?
Well, considering Brad White, the defensive coordinator, is now at Florida.
Go Gators. Go Gators.
Our OC, Bush Hamden, he'll be gone, which is a great thing. Most of the staff will be gone. I'm sure a lot of the players will be as well. In the press conference today, and the general idea of what the Big Blue Nation is thinking is he's going to restructure it, which is absolutely perfect and is what we need. To come in, hire his own staff, bring in his own coordinators who he's previously worked with, get the best players, and not just hit the transfer portal like Stoops did for years and barely recruited, but really get those high school players and develop them. Establish a great QB is what we need first. Haven't had a great QB. Levis was a good QB for us. Haven't had anything since. That's where it starts. So I think that he will bring a lot of his Oregon staff over, hopefully. I know his general manager from Oregon's currently coming. So it'll be great. And lastly, I think it's a brilliant move and great move for him to coach in the playoffs. I mean, I cannot wait to watch all of Oregon's games. I mean, hopefully they go far so we can really get a taste of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And, do you think – I have a 2-part question for you. Do you think, one, he's going to be running the offense?
That's a great question. And I've thought about it. I haven't heard anyone say, what they think if they think he'll run it. I think they'll bring in an OC, but that's a good one. I mean, I don't think that would be maybe later on down the road in his successful career here, he could do something like that. But getting that off of his hands at least for a little bit, knowing that we're still an offensive mindset team, we'll be fine with another OC coming in.
Yeah, and the reason why I ask that is because if you think about it, no head coach who calls plays, at least over the past decade, has won a national championship, right? Like
Yes.
Kirby doesn't call plays, Nick Saban doesn't call plays, Ed Orgeron didn't call plays, Dabo didn't call plays. So that's why I kind of like to, or curious, just is that even doable nowadays in college football to be a head coach and be able to call plays? It's different in the NFL, right? I feel like it's much different in the NFL, but now can that be done in college football? It's kind of like what I was going at there.
Well, I hope that they bring in a good OC that obviously Stein has a previous relationship with that can really be a meeting of the minds for them. So nothing negative for the team, to the offense, because we've had some serious problems with past offensive coordinators in recent years. So
your best one was probably Liam Cohen, and I want to give a shout out to Liam Cohen because he was a coach at the school I played at, the University of Maine, and he was actually a coach at he was actually a coach on my LA Rams. So Liam Cohen, obviously you get your kudos and shout out to you on the Athletes Phone podcast. Let's talk about Mark Stoops a little bit. Obviously, anytime a new coach comes in, fans instantly want to compare him to the previous era. What part of Stoops' legacy does this new coach need to maintain, if any? Because obviously Stoops did some good things at Kentucky.
He did. And I want to start off by saying, if anyone watching this sees any Kentucky fan talking badly about Stoops, only preaching the bad times, and in the future only preaching the bad times from the past, anything that kind of rains on Stoops' past parade, just don't listen to him. He put in, to answer your question, what we need is a long tenured coach here. He was here for 13 whole years. Did he stay a lot too long, too short? Who knows? But the fact that a lot can be done in 13 years. I'm just thinking about how we just went from 2-10 season to 10-3 all the way back down to this season. So we need somebody who's going to be there for a while and going to be steady.
Yeah, it's same with Florida, right? The question I asked, and I did a show on this the other day, was is Gator Nation ready to be patient? Because it may not happen overnight. And obviously we just went through a phase where we were hoping Billy was going to break through. He never did, right? It could be the same for Kentucky too if you guys are willing to be patient.
Well, it sounds like the Gator fans have been trying to stay patient for a few years. No hate, but it's been 3 or 4 coaches in the past few years. Yeah. But listen, I'm not hating on any SEC team. The bottom line is I'm most excited about this Stein hire because of the future of NIL and SEC football.
Yep.
We all know SEC football is just a different skill level. It's just simply the best. Gets the most attention, strength of schedule, everything. We have to have a product team that comes out there and competes. So that's what I'm excited about.
No, absolutely. You definitely have a great point there as well too. Getting back to Stein a little bit, obviously, we talked about recruiting and we talked about talent and stuff like that. For Kentucky, what position do you feel like he needs to attack the most and really get an impact out of it immediately?
To get an impact out of it immediately, I think the most crucial part of the team is figuring out or finding the QB for us, whether it be Cutter Boley, who's upcoming sophomore, Matt Potnowski, which just signed today on signing day. He's worked with Stein in the past. So, anybody else that comes along in the future, we need to find that QB. If you don't have the quarterback, you're just simply not going to be able to do certain things that other teams can. Yeah. So then branch off of it. Wide receivers, 1 or 2 solid tight ends, which we've gotten a good amount of tight ends on the roster currently, but just build around the quarterback. is what we need to do.
No, absolutely. And Will's going to come in, and obviously it's going to be a little bit of a fast-paced situation going from playoffs right into off-season recruiting and stuff like that for him. You know, as a Kentucky fan, and maybe just speaking from your perspective, what are realistic expectations year one?
Year one, good question. I have.
What are your expectations?
I would say, I'll do a floor and a ceiling. Is that all right? Ceiling is 9 wins. 10 would be amazing. I don't know. You know, that'd be remarkable. So ceiling 9 wins, floor 4 wins, and if it comes to the 4 wins, you know, the Big Blue Nation's not going to freak out and want them, you know, fired the next day. You know, we understand what's happening here. It's a brand new rebuild. Everybody's leaving, so he needs time, but that's kind of my expectation there.
No, absolutely. I would say Big Blue Nation is probably one of the more patient fan bases, you know, when it comes to the SEC. So I definitely obviously understand, you know, you there. You know, let's zoom out a little bit, right? This hire really wasn't about one season. It's about the next probably decade if they got it right. So, you know, with Will Stein obviously coming in, you know, from Kentucky, you know, is he the type of coach, and it's yet to be seen, it's probably going to be hard to answer this question, but do you personally feel he's the type of coach that can get Kentucky consistently at least in the top 25 or become a top 25 program?
Yes, because believe it or not, for I'd say max 3 years, 2 years, Stoops had us there. I mean, it was, you know, I always saw a ranking, a number by Kentucky's name. So that standard has already been met. Stoops has done it. And considering we brought in a new, you know, Will Stein and a new guy to, you know, achieve more than what we already have, yes, we know we can hit the standard. We definitely go over it. The consistency, I mean, we all know how that goes with college football. Like, it can be
wild.
2 to 3 good years of you know, Hall of Fame teams, championships, and then next thing you know, your coach is gone. So, to answer your point and kind of also answer your question, what I want to see is I'd rather see 2 to 3 years or shorter term of top 10. I mean, hell, college football playoff once, SEC championship once, and then drop off versus max 9 wins over a 10-year career.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I definitely understand and agree with you there. Before we wrap this thing up, let's go. Well, I got two things we want to discuss. So the first thing, let's kind of go rapid fire with some questions in regards to this hire. All right. So, you know, don't think too much. Whatever answer pops up in your head, just take it from there. All right. So I got 5 quick questions for you. All right. First one, what's the best thing about this hire?
The best thing about this hire, if I had to summarize it, it would be that we're bringing in a 33-year-old guy who can start a Hall of Fame coaching career at a university that not only has not really had a coach that's done that, but needs a coach that's done that.
What's the biggest concern?
My biggest concern is that considering just even next year's schedule, how tough it is, and for many years to come in the SEC, that we are going to be financially beaten. When I say in the press conference today, a reporter asked Stein, are you going to be able to financially compete with all their SEC schools? He said, after talking with Mitch Barnhart, the AD, yes. But other SEC schools always have that leg up. That's my biggest concern.
Breakout player under the new coach.
I would have to go with, for the roster will be 80-70% new, but if I had to pick, I would pick either one of the QBs or one of the tight ends. Josh Caddis is the tight end. I believe he's got 2 more years, and Cutter Boley or Potanowski, who we're bringing in next year.
All right. What's the record in year one?
I'm going to go with 8 wins.
All right. Does this hire take Kentucky up, down, or is it a lateral move?
Well, you already know how I'm going to answer that. I mean, you know what I want to. I can sit here and have this bias. I mean, I hope and pray that this was a great hire. For any college football hire, no matter the school, you're not going to know until at least a year in. So, I hope that it brings us to the next level. Everyone says we're a basketball school. We're in the SEC. We're nationally televised all our games every week. We have to show something for ourselves. So I hope it goes well.
Absolutely. Now let me ask you this, and obviously I'm talking to my guy Rex, who is a big blue Kentucky Wildcat fan, right? What's your Mount Rushmore of Kentucky football players? Who's on it?
All right. Well, my favorite Kentucky football player ever, and obviously one of the 4 Mount Rushmore, is Josh Allen.
Josh Allen from Jersey, right? From Jersey.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. I mean, yeah, 7th pick in the draft. The Jaguars still having a great career there. Just a dog. Dog on all sides of the field. So that's one. 2, I'm 26 years old, so I'll kind of put it into my lifetime of playing.
Absolutely.
I'd have to put Tim Couch on there.
Okay.
Tim Couch, definitely. We all know how his Browns career went, but looking at college, they reached the level of success we need. 3, I know I'm going to look back on this and miss some players, but oh man, I would say Benny Snell.
Whoa, okay. I wasn't expecting that one. All right.
I think I want to go Benny Snell, and don't even think about his NFL career. He broke the school rushing touchdown. First off, second off, he completely was a huge part in Stoops' best years in his career. I mean, I can go on and on, but that's my third. Then lastly,
the final one. Let's paint the scene here, right? So we got Couch, we got Snell, right? We got Josh Allen. We got one more spot left. Just so you know, Kentucky Nation is going to see this. This is going to get plastered all over boards. And who's left on the table? We got people like Wandale Robinson. We got Jared Lorenzen. We got Andre Woodson, right? We got Maxwell. I forgot his name. Corner, plays for the Bills.
Maxwell Harrison.
Maxwell Harrison. I mean, he's fairly new, but there's still some guys out there. So
I've got my fourth, and I don't know why it ever took me this long to think about it. Randall Cobb.
Oh, what a pull!
Randall Cobb.
And you was about to forget him.
I was about to forget him.
Randall,
I would have been under fire. Randall Cobb. I mean, yeah, there's Randall Cobb, Benny Snell, Josh Allen, and I said, who was the fourth?
Snell, Josh Allen, Tim Couch, Randall Cobb.
That's solid.
I like that.
What do you think?
I like that. Listen.
What do you? So let me ask you, as a diehard Florida fan,
yeah,
what do you think of Kentucky football? Give me 4 players.
4 players. So for me, I think of Couch. I think of it's very quarterback heavy for me. I'm just being honest. I think of Jared Lorenzen, whether it was good reasons or bad reasons. Andre Woodson, he was really the first quarterback I've seen
great QB.
Yep.
Great.
With the transfer portal messed up a lot of things because if Will Levis was at Kentucky from the beginning, he would be up there. I feel like.
Yes, no question. If he was there from the beginning, I mean, he's probably my second favorite player ever. And I thought about putting him on the Rushmore, but I know how some UK fans are about him.
Yeah,
he was a great quarterback.
Yeah, I mean the guy eats mayo for breakfast. Like
Exactly.
he's a weird dude. But I probably put Josh. So I go Andre Woodson. I go Josh Allen. For me personally, I would throw Wandale on there. And I'm not gonna lie, I forgot about Cobb too. I have to throw Cobb on
I don't know what. I mean, the others I think of honorable mention is Darius Smith and Bud Dupree.
Yeah.
And Stevie Johnson Jr.
Stevie Johnson Jr. Yep. Good receiver for the Bills. Yep. I remember him as well too. Well, hey man, I appreciate you coming on, man. Reacting to obviously the new ball coach over there for Kentucky. Obviously, it's a home run feel, all right, homer type of guy, young guy, a lot of optimism, a lot of hope, right? It's gonna be interesting to even watch Oregon now as Kentucky fans. And I tell you what, the SEC is gonna be wild next year, man. There's Kirby Smart feels like the grandpa in the bunch now.
I know, and I'll tell you, the past today and yesterday. Yesterday, I saw that a recruit flipped his commitment from Georgia to Vandy. Today, I saw a recruit flipped from Bama to Vandy. And if you really think about that, just how crazy that is for the SEC, it blew my mind.
Bro, Vandy hasn't been good since Jay Cutler, and now this dude from New Mexico comes in, plays quarterback, might be a Heisman winner, and literally change the whole trajectory of the program.
What's his name? He's the best quarterback recruit.
Number one quarterback, yep. The fact he left Georgia, like forget being the number one quarterback, the fact that he left Georgia. Believe it or not, Kirby Smart has struggled to land that quarterback.
Yeah, he has, but he's always found the foundational QBs that can do just enough.
He's always found his Gunnar Stocktons or his I forgot dude's name. Stetson Bennett.
Stetson Bennett the third, yes.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to how it comes out. But hey, man, appreciate you coming on. Hey, locker room, you know how this works. Drop a comment. Let's talk about it. How do you feel? Right, and we'll hash this thing out in the comment section below. My man Max Farmer, everyone. Hey, appreciate you, man. Take care.
Yes, sir.